Hello guys, today is Wednesday and I am about to put on my socks to go to the gym. I've already okay, the least I can do is do a 30-minute walk if I'm not gonna do anything else. Today I took a bar class. Guys, I am just walking. I'm currently on my walk, guys. You guys, okay, I feel like this is gonna be the start of my little YouTube journey. Just going to document this process because I feel like this is my year. This is my year. Hi guys, I'm Samaya and I was recently diagnosed with PCOS about 2.5 years ago, and I decided that I wanted to document my journey of trying to combat PCOS on my own and putting my symptoms into remission and just living a healthy lifestyle for the future ahead of me. I originally went to the doctor because I knew something wasn't right with my body. I knew that there was a problem once my cycle lengths, I started tracking them and I got up to like 60 days and I wasn't sexually active, and I was like, what's going on? Heck, like, so my hair started falling out and I went to the dermatologist because I was like, I'm noticing like my middle part started like whitening. The back of my head, it like my hair was literally just coming out like in chunks and pieces, and I was like, this is insane. And I was like, I thought it was the shampoo. She told me that I had telogen effluvium, which is when your hair falls out due to stress. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like, you know, I'm a senior in college. I'm working 5 days a week. I'm taking 18 credits. I'm trying to manage my social life, trying to manage my love life. Like, it was just a lot going on. And I was like, okay, that makes sense that my hair's falling out. So she recommended like minoxidil or something like that. And I was like, like, I think I Googled the price of it or something like that. And I was like, this is insanely expensive. So like, I'm just gonna like use some biotin or something. So I changed my shampoo and my hair did started growing back. So I was like, okay, problem solved. But then I realized that I was having chin hairs, and I was like, I know I'm hairy, but like these chin hairs are just a little bit like outrageous. So I ended up going to the gynecologist for just like an annual checkup or whatever. And I remember them asking about my periods, and I also let them know that I had chin hair, and she let me know that that sounds like PCOS. And I was like, what is PCOS? But I didn't really know like what it meant, like, you know? So, yeah, so once she told me that, she ordered my blood work. My blood work came back and they told me, you have PCOS, you have high testosterone, and it was clearly evident with, you know, my chin hairs and all of that. So of course, you know, the next step is they offer you birth control. And I was like, I don't want birth control. Like, I'm not really a person that likes to put all of these different things in my body. So I declined the birth control, and, you know, I didn't really get any guidance after that about like how to manage my PCOS or how to treat it in any other way. I told the doctor that I wanted to try to manage it with diet and exercise, and she said, okay, that's fine, you can do that. But she didn't really give me any guidance. So of course my initial reaction was like, I don't really know what PCOS is. So of course I went home and Googled it, and the first thing I saw was infertility, and I was like, please no. So I started researching it more and more, and over time I came to understand like what it meant. And I was just under the assumption that like I was fine because I was still getting my periods, and she was just like, but you're not ovulating. And I was just like, how do you know if I'm ovulating or not? Like, you're just telling me that I'm not ovulating. Over the last 2.5 years, I did try to make some changes for my PCOS, but it wasn't consistent and I was just dilly-dally and I was trying things here and there. As you guys can see, I tried a bar class, I tried Pilates, and I'll, go into depth in other videos about all of the things that I've tried to manage my PCOS, but I just wanted to make this introductory video to just introduce myself, share my story, and let you guys know that I'm also a sister. So drop a comment below with a teal heart if you have PCOS. And if you don't, you can still drop a teal heart below just to, send some love this way. But yeah, that's pretty much my diagnosis of my story of how I got diagnosed with PCOS. And this year, I'm really making it my goal to put those symptoms into remission and get my periods on a regular schedule. I usually have my period, but there can be like 1 or 2, max maybe 3 months out of the year where I'm like going into the next month and my period did not come that month. And it's usually due to like stressful events, I find in my case. But either way, it's still not good, right? Like we need to have our period every 28 to like 32 days or something like that. So I will be documenting my journey, and I would love for you all to join me in that process. And if you want to share any of your stories, any of your tips, or just, comment some nice things, feel free to leave that below. And until next time, bye guys.